Jeremiah 23 and hoods. Take a walk with me. Hey man, explain to me how come in 1992, 1993, 1992, first 6 months was, they say, statistics say, 180 metric tons of cocaine. 94, that's a lot of metric tons, in 6 months. So 93, 92, 94. Now look at what it is in 2019, 40 metric tons of cocaine, but 500 metric tons of heroin. And we know about Seattle. Now, man, we just got to be careful, man. We can't trust nobody but the Lord. You want my opinion about it? I got County Miss Harris, the vice president right now. And she's going, but the thing is, when the drug cry came out, we needed her to go last month when that kind of weight is moving to destroy our hoods. And the fall of our people, we pay desperately from the drugs coming around the world. Wouldn't you agree? So if that's a fact, and you have black representative right there that puts off going down there, and even though they just found some kilos of drugs recently, was proof that they've been moving through that area. The thing is, man, bro, all that weight, and when they kick in Detroit SWAT, everybody goes to jail, for life. Even being around, we got brothers doing hard time over those drugs. The United States is not going to sanction the countries where they come from because they do business. And we know also about Britain, America's, involvement in the heroin thing in China years and years and years and years ago. So you figure, man, drugs is a business. There's going to be victims. There's going to be players. If you can glorify the drugs and show a couple little 14 karat little piece of gold and a car, and we sell out the neighborhood, the curse runs. The curse is from the South. They went that way. The bottom line is, no one's going to do nothing about that, man. As a prosecutor, I know Vice President Harris probably prosecuted a lot of brothers, real talk now, for drugs. They get the ultimate sentence. But why can't you stop it at the border? Oh, well, the world goes around. Drugs is a business. Heck, man, I don't understand it, but it's called oppression. And it also plays into the millions of populations of the prison industry. And, man, it's just a gobble situation. Get rid of them. Like these turkeys be out here in these woods. Total gobble. And it's a big pit, man, that way. I saw them go that way, And yeah, they went and they all fell over the ditch. Nothing we can do about that, man. It gets ugly. However, prayer and action would have stopped it. Sanctions from the countries that have genocided through drugs, starting in Detroit with heroin, and today Seattle. We're talking a lot of destruction, mass catastrophic, between the prisons, the families, and the bodies. So, take your time if they're coming, business as usual, because it's about commerce, civilization, and of course, those two go together. And they'll even throw a little religion, the 3 C's. And that's not fair, because where's the church's rebuking oppression? We talk about everything else. Maybe oppression is the thing that got the thing like it is now. Shoot, man. Consumption comes over into one's borders. Don't have to look like a gun, and it can be devastating, catastrophic, genocide through drugs, man. And, what it is to count today, who knows? But that's only what they caught. And ain't nothing we can do about it. Ain't nothing. Okay? However, We can serve the Lord by simply giving him our hearts and allowing Christ to and the Holy Spirit to show us who's in front of us and be able to impact their life and let them know that they are valuable, that God values them. That way they don't sell out to, for a couple dollars, some wood off of like a tree, you know what I'm saying, and bow down to the tree and worship the tree and wind up getting 40 years. And look what they did to big meats. And look, I'm just saying, man, come on, y'all. Drugs is a huge issue. And a lot of African-American families and Latino families and Caucasian families have been the victims, especially the hoods and the brothers. I can put that on South Central LA where I was raised from 71. I saw the dope when it came. Ray Rick, everybody else down in LA. Bottom line is, man, God help us. We need, see, that's oppression no matter how you do it. If you don't call that one out, you can call out all the sins. But that is an iniquity. And it is a stronghold and a strong man. My pastor told me down in South Central, the drug thing, the devil run that with all the wisdom that hell gives it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, just to let you know, you're not important. Neither is the redemption of the children if the dope keep falling. Whoever the power is, they're wicked because they allow it to flow with no sanctions. Just arrest, incarcerate, make money off of that 11 cents an hour and turn around. Everybody's got the capitalist thing going, the modern slavery chain, the drug industry. Think of how many people have been locked up because of it. And it is what it is. Yes, it is. But it lets you know the guilty one under the grassy knoll. You know, and especially if the vice president, a sister who knows the sting of drugs and have sentenced according to the laws of this land, giving brothers without mercy, merciless time. If she did any cases dealing with cocaine, why ain't she go to that border when she first heard it was drugs? Because they have the proof of it. Just YouTube it. You know, whether they be pills or whether they be cocaine or whatever. 40 metric tons, 500 tons going to different cities, 2.4 metric tons found in Baltimore from Colombia. 1992, 1993, you're talking about 300 metric tons. How do you get that much weight moving without you knowing about it? How do you get you send a rocket down to break up a building? You know they underground, so how can you do that, right? And they have what they call bunker buster bombs. Well, we know where they are, but we don't know, can't see nothing moving underground. Really? Okay. And it's causing mass destruction. Silent weapon. I give you that. Everybody love the tree. Come bow down. I get it. That's where the money come from. And the assets. And we covet what God has made in abundance for all. And I understand. You know, the pride of life, lust of the eyes, the ego, narcissism. I understand what this world do. So that's why we give our lives to the Lord. He's the only one that care about you in such a way that, you know, he don't wish anything of destructive devices to capture and snare any of us. He created us a life. These trees don't destroy each other selling drugs. These trees don't hate each other because they're different trees. These trees, they get along, and the birds thereof. These trees give back life through their green. You see it? Go green. And there goes a flamingo. How come they all get along and we can't? How come this piece out here in turmoil over the same ground that God created equal for all? The natural flow, universal laws, divine principles. I guess in the end, that's all that matters. If I'm in alignment like them stars, flowing in forgiveness, flowing in patience and peace and long-suffering and kindness and all the attributes of the fruit of the Spirit, as well as in the love of God, I am pinpointing, not exalting myself, esteeming others, knowing that it is necessary, those that are not even important, to bestow honor on them, for each one is valuable that God gave breath to. I don't have to act unseemingly. Look at you and snore. I can celebrate that person has breath, like these birds harmonize when they sing. And then I don't have to vaunt myself and put myself over you. We running down the stream together. And the Lord is the mountain pushing us. He is seen through us, through the stream that flows, that gives the water of life to the people in the earth. Living waters, eating his words, his sayings. What Christ said, pick him up, he's on the ground, take him to the hospital. Fixing, pay the bill twice. Having the same care one for another, what would the world look like? Like this forest takes care of those that live here. Doesn't charge the lizard for the water from the brook. No, it doesn't. Neither does it charge the birds. How much is the rent? How much is we would break down the sticks. We would charge them for everything. Even if they use the bathroom for the plumbing, we would charge them for everything. And if they couldn't pay, the birds wouldn't be in their natural element the way God intended them to function, to teach us a lesson. Freely we receive from the Lord all the ideas to create on the earth. How much does God charge? God bless you, Jeremiah 23 and Hood.